Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Rebecca, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make a simple homemade ice cream that you and your family can enjoy. So stay tuned. Here are the simple ingredients you'll need to make a basic and simple ice cream. You can skip on the cocoa if you would like to just make plain vanilla. I'll be sure to link the mixer that I use below, but let's get started. So first we're going to use our heavy whipping cream. Now I don't pour in the whole amount, I just start to pour in half. And the reason for this is because with the speed that it goes, it can cause a lot of splashing and we really want to avoid that. So just start with half, and then once it gets to like a thicker consistency, you can add in the rest. So here we're just going to pour in the half, and we're going to lower our mixer and set it on one of the lower speeds, and then we will increase the speed with time as it starts to get a little bit thicker. So you'll see here it's just a little bit thicker, but it's not too thick. It's just enough that it's not like so watery. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the cream in, and then we will get to mixing this as well and get it to a nice thick consistency. So just top off that cream, and then we're gonna go ahead and discard the container and lower back our mixer and set it at that lower speed, which will then increase in just a little bit. So you'll see this low setting speed. This is real time here. So this is how fast you want it to go, to where it's not going too fast, but just enough to start working into a thicker consistency. Once that's going for a couple minutes, then you want to adjust it to increase it so that it starts to work at the faster pace. And as you can see, now it's starting to get real thick, and we like that. You don't want it to get too thick. If you walk away and forget about this, it will turn into butter, and we're trying to make ice cream and not butter. So you do want to keep an eye on that. But once it gets nice and thick, that's when we're going to want to start adding in our next ingredient. It's now time to add our condensed milk, and you can see that it's a good thick consistency here. And that's a good test, just to kind of tap it and see if it's thick enough. The condensed milk that I like to use is the Eagle brand condensed milk, and it says that it has no extra preservatives or anything like that, so I think it's one of the healthier options. I know it's still packed with sugar, but it is one of the healthier options, so that's the brand I like to go with. I also find that it's easier if you remove the mixing bowl from the unit in order to transfer the condensed milk. Otherwise, you're gonna get your hand all underneath that mixing tool and it becomes a mess. So this is much better if you do it off or outside of the unit. So now we're just gonna scoop that entire can into the mixed cream. You wanna try and get it all out. This is where the flavor of the ice cream mainly comes from, is through this condensed milk. And so you just want to make sure that you're really scraping those edges and utilizing the whole can. Next, you're going to grab your vanilla extract and put about 1 to 2 teaspoons, depending on how strong you would like it. I'm just eyeballing it because I've been used to making this for a while now, but you want to definitely use pure vanilla extract to give it that vanilla flavor. I'll be adding in some baking cocoa to give it a chocolate flavor, but if you would just like to have vanilla, you just stop right here and mix these ingredients. So the baking cocoa will be added after I start mixing in the vanilla. So first I'll be mixing in the vanilla, and then we'll add a couple tablespoons of the cocoa to give it that chocolate flavor. Let's go ahead and place our mixing bowl back on the mixing unit. Make sure it's nice and secure. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix again at that lower speed. And we just wanna get all those ingredients mixed thoroughly so that you don't have pockets of sweetness within your ice cream. You want it to be mixed completely thoroughly. So I start with the lower speed and then I increase to the higher speed. And again, you just want to do this. You don't want it to be too thick, just thick enough that all the ingredients are mixed. And you can see here, I just want to make sure that you're seeing the consistency here, that it is getting thicker, but again, we don't want this turning into butter. The idea is really like a thick, heavy whipping cream. That's the consistency that you want. Normally, this is where I would speed up the video so that we can rush right through this, but I'm letting this play in real time because I want you to see how long I'm letting this actually mix. So it's just gonna be for a short while. Again, I'm not paying attention necessarily to the clock on how long I'm letting it mix. I'm just looking at the consistency. So when you see that it's getting pretty thick, that's when you'll wanna stop. And as you can see, we are almost getting there. The only thing I need to do is add in my cocoa powder. Now, if you were just doing vanilla, again, this is where you would stop and transfer this into your ice cream container. And I will link the ice cream containers that I love and use below. But for the recipe that I'm making today, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward with making chocolate ice cream. So I'm going to be adding in our baking cocoa to this mix in order to give us that nice creamy chocolate flavor that my kids just love. So I'm going to start off with about a tablespoon of the cocoa before adding too much. Remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So I'm just gonna do 2 scoops here, which equate to about 1 tablespoon. And we'll start with that and we'll see if I need to add more. But first, we're gonna mix this in. And again, I always start with a low speed just to kind of get things moving along. I don't want that powder getting everywhere. If I start at a high speed, then I tend to get more of a mess. So we just start low, get all those things moving around, and then I increase the speed and really make sure that it gets mixed. What you want to avoid is just having, as you can see, some of those like dark pockets of the cocoa. You just don't want to have those. You want an even, nice mixture there. So you're just going to do this until it's mixed. But I noticed that if I over mix my ice cream, when I go to scoop it out, it becomes a little more brittle and hard, and it's not such a smooth scoop. So you do want to be careful that you don't over mix here and make your consistency too thick. So just be aware of that. So I also need to be conscious that if this is not enough cocoa, I need to allow myself enough time to still be able to mix in additional cocoa without making my ice cream mix too thick. This looks thoroughly mixed to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and check to see if this tastes to the desired sweetness that I'm looking for and really gives me that chocolatey flavor. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to add a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another tablespoon in and hope that that gives me the desired flavor that I'm looking for. So just gonna add, I'm just approximately scooping some in here, but it's about another tablespoon. So that will give me a total of about 2 tablespoons that I'm adding to this recipe. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and just lightly mix that in. And I don't wanna mix too long because as you can see now, it is starting to get pretty thick. And really, I probably should have mixed it in just a little bit sooner than when I did. This is starting to get to that consistency where it could give me some brittle ice cream at the end. So again, want to be aware of that. But I'm going to go ahead and thoroughly mix this in because I still don't want to have big pockets of powder there. So let's just get that done. And we are almost finished here. I'm getting excited as we're approaching the finish line here. I've been wanting ice cream for so long and I've just kind of got lazy. Even though it's really simple to make, I don't know, I just had a lot of things on my plate. So finally carved out the time. And as you can see, this does not take long at all. And my kids will be thanking me when they have their ice cream. And it's homemade, and that's the best kind. So here we are finishing up, coming to the end of the line here. And we're gonna stop the machine. Now you can see that it's all blended. It's nice. And look at that. Oh, I wish you could taste this right now because this is so yummy. Okay, that's perfect. So now I'm gonna grab my container, my ice cream container, which I got these from Amazon and I love them. They're so easy to clean and they're the perfect size. So again, I'll be sure to link these below. If you're interested, please check them out. These are durable, they're thick, they have that nice silicone top. I am so pleased with these because some containers, they just like crack or they don't do the trick. These are perfect. So again, I will link those below if you're interested. Now we're going to fill our ice cream container. So you're just gonna gently fill this container. You don't want to pack it tight. You just wanna let it just kind of scoop it in, just guide it into your ice cream container. And when you're done, it should look just like this. Now it's been about 8 or 9 hours later, and because I did make the ice cream in the morning, so now we're gonna test to see if this ice cream is ready, and it is. So we're gonna scoop some up because the kids have been waiting all day for this, and you'll see how gentle you just scoop right in, and look at that. Homemade ice cream. It feels so rewarding to know that you could just make this at home whenever you feel like having ice cream. So my kids are each gonna get 2 scoops, but look, doesn't that look yummy? I hope that you'll try this. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you're going to make your homemade ice cream yourself. You will not regret it. And it's also nice on days when you just aren't sure if you want ice cream. You can just grab the ingredients that you have on your shelf or in your fridge. These are typically staple ingredients, so it's something that is just easy to make whenever you're in the mood for ice cream. So thanks so much for watching, and is today the day you're gonna subscribe? I hope so. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more homemade homeschool DIY content. Thank you.